Hello, everybody, and welcome to my chapter reading for my new book, Time Freedom. Today, we're going to read from part 5, chapter number 10, and I'm excited to share it with you. This is, again, a version that has been through copy edit, so it's getting very real and very final. Before we begin, I want to urge you to go to timefreedom.life and sign up for my Insiders Club. It's free. It's just an email address, and it gets you access to all of these chapter readings. Basically, you can experience the book before it even comes out. And then also, I just provide some other updates and stuff about things going on behind the scenes. Like I'm heading down on Thursday for a session in Austin with some of the other authors in the Simplified imprint that I'm part of. Looking forward to that. I think it'll be really interesting. I would like to tell you all about it. And then also our secret word for today is comes, C-O-M-E-S, comes. So we'll string those together and come up with a secret phrase. So let's go ahead and get started. Part 5, create free and flexible work. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Unknown. Chapter number 10, build an amazing lifestyle business. The best entrepreneurial startup is highly profitable and fits your perfect lifestyle. What is a lifestyle business? It depends on who you ask. If you ask a venture capitalist, or pretty much anyone who works on Sand Hill Road in Menlo Park, California, they'll tell you that it is a baby business run by an entrepreneur who is unable to scale it. It's not attractive to some people because it's not considered high growth. I disagree. A lifestyle business is amazing. In 2014, I discovered Startup, a podcast by former This American Life producer Alex Blumberg. I was hooked by its raw, emotional stories of real-life entrepreneurship. Season 2 followed Lauren Kay as she navigated the highs and lows of launching Dating Ring, an unconventional dating startup in the heart of Silicon Valley. I feel okay spoiling a 10-year-old season. Dating Ring didn't make it as a venture capital-backed high-growth company. It was labeled a failure and written off as something less than a real startup. But I see Lauren's story differently. It wasn't a failure at all. It was triumph. She steered Dating Ring from potential unicorn through startup struggles to become a sustainable lifestyle business. At its simplest, a lifestyle business is one built not just for profit, but to support the way you want to live. It's designed to give you flexibility, time freedom, and enough income to thrive without the pressure to scale endlessly or chase investors. Paul Jarvis helped to popularize the concept in his book, Company of One. A lifestyle business challenges the conventional belief that growth is always the goal. These businesses aim to be excellent and not necessarily big. They are not defined by headcount and can range from solo ventures to small enterprises. But because growth often brings complexity, the goal shifts to simplicity and stability. And with a focused, high-quality offering, purposeful profit is possible without the chaos. Its key benefits are control over your work, a flexible schedule, and meaningful personal connections. Ultimately, it's your golden ticket. A business built around your lifestyle that offers autonomy and control. A lifestyle business is flexible work, and for many, it's the fastest path to achieving time freedom. Next, I have a call out, a sidebar. If you're already a lifestyle entrepreneur. I hadn't planned to write this book for seasoned entrepreneurs, but a lot of early interest has come from people who are already self-employed. The biggest aha for them? Well, each started their business for a different reason, for fun, out of necessity, due to a pull they couldn't understand, or for some other reason. None recognized the pot of gold that they were sitting on when they began. Your lifestyle business, sometimes with a few tweaks, is the key that unlocks time freedom for you. If you're a practicing entrepreneur who finds yourself wondering, is there anything new here for me? The answer is a resounding yes. Refer to chapters 10 and 11 as part roadmap and part checklist. Assess your lifestyle business against the frameworks I share to make some adjustments for the better. Is your service offering proven? Can you run your business for a year if it makes no sales? What is a single action, not 20, that you can take to transform your business? And is your business structured to give you extended time off? Together, we'll explore all of these questions and more. Pia Silva and her husband, Steve Westervall, own Worst of All Design in Brooklyn. Worst of All, a play on Steve's last name, is a brand strategy and design firm. You can hire them for a brand overhaul, messaging redo, logo and identity upgrade, plus website design and build, and have everything completed in a few weeks. The short turnaround time isn't only for customers. It's for Pia and Steve's benefit too. The couple owns their business outright, and they have designed it to fit their ideal lifestyle. I learned about their service model in Pia's book, Badass Your Brand. In it, she teaches tiny brand marketing agencies how to do better work for better clients, and in doing so, make more money and find more flexibility. It's the definition of flexible work and the perfect lifestyle business. In her book, Pia describes how Worst of All Design, through streamlining offerings and showcasing their authority, has raised prices and shortened their service delivery time. This allows Pia and Steve to place projects on the calendar strategically. Then, for 2 or 3 or more months at a time, when they choose not to schedule their short-term engagements, they can escape to Europe for rest and relaxation. They work to play, and I love it. Pia told me that after releasing her book, she received many requests to help other agencies work in the same way. This led to her second business, No BS Agency Mastery, where she coaches others. So many of us are looking for high-paying, flexible work, Pia said, preaching to the choir. Me. Must you be a financial advisor, me again, or own your own branding agency, like Pia, to have a lifestyle business? No. Any independent, small business is a perfect fit. Once you've identified the right business, given your specific skills and network, you can get to work on your offerings and pricing. Compress your work into intensives, short, focused bursts of client work that span several hours, one day, or even a month, depending upon your service. Other terms for structuring work this way include VIP day, project sprint, boot camp, and retreat. There are countless ways to productize your services. As you build experience and authority, begin to raise your prices. You want the perfect balance of the right amount of work at a price higher than you're comfortable charging. It's common for business owners to undercharge. Call it what you will, imposter syndrome or fear of not finding enough work. It's normal in the beginning. In fact, I recommend preparing to earn nothing for your first year. But remember, the goal is to charge as much as you reasonably can, and sooner is better. Imagine yourself living freely and flexibly as a self-employed lifestyle business owner. I've seen many kinds of successful lifestyle businesses. Are you an accountant, artist, attorney, author, banker, business consultant, career coach, dentist, doctor, event planner, financial advisor, fitness instructor, graphic designer, house sitter, influencer, insurance agent, interior designer, massage therapist, media personality, mortgage banker, online retailer, pet trainer, photographer, pilot, professional organizer, psychologist, real estate agent, real estate investor, salesperson, speaker, teacher, technology consultant, tour guide, trainer, or tutor? This is far from a full list. If so, a successful lifestyle business is within reach. Lifestyle businesses are better. Lifestyle businesses are superior to other forms of small business for 3 reasons. First, they apply proven business models. Groundbreaking or innovative business ideas better suited for venture capital-backed startups are not required. In fact, they're discouraged because proven models are more likely to be successful. Second, lifestyle businesses are some of the least expensive to start and can become profitable quickly. Neighborhood business owner is a noble profession, and I'm so glad brick and mortar businesses exist. Unfortunately, not many survive, and far fewer make any money. Third, lifestyle businesses are fully in your control. You can build your business around your life and how you want to work. Achieve more success. It's true. A lot of small businesses fail, but there is something you can and must do to guarantee your success. Fortunately, it's easy for the lifestyle entrepreneur. In his book, The Lean Startup, Eric Ries asks entrepreneurs to quickly create a service offering, test it, and adapt quickly as the market gives them feedback. This is the secret to not failing in your business. Don't give your customers what you think they need. Give them what they're asking and will pay for. Wrigley's is an iconic Chicago company started in 1891. Most people associate it with one product, chewing gum. But what many don't know is that it started out as a soap business. In its early years, founder William Wrigley Jr. sold Wrigley's scouring soap, like today's Barkeeper's Friend or Comet, though Comet is technically a powder, not a soap. As a promotional giveaway, he offered baking soda. It turned out to be more popular than the soap itself, so the company pivoted and focused on baking soda instead. Had that strategy taken off, we all might have Wrigley's baking soda in our cupboards, but instead of Arm & Hammer. But these sales also eventually stalled. To give them a boost, Wrigley tried offering a new promotional item, chewing gum. Customers clamored to get their hands on this gum. By 1893, he had already introduced 2 gum brands, Juicy Fruit and Spearmint. That proved to be a turning point for the business, and the rest, of course, is history. It took 2 years of trying new things and observing how they landed with customers before Wrigley had a hit. He did this while enduring the challenges of formulating and manufacturing new and distinct products in the world of the late 1800s. How do we incorporate what we've learned from Wrigley and adapt our lifestyle businesses? I recommend organizing your offerings into intensives, like Pia of Worst of All Design demonstrated earlier. These are short, focused engagements. You get paid well when you're working, earning space between projects to rest or pursue other things. Not only do intensives support time freedom, their rapid delivery also gives you quick feedback you can use to adapt your service. Today, shifting company focus is easier than ever. We need only pay attention and be willing to adjust. Give your customers great service and don't be too proud to take their guidance on how to make it better. Success is a funny word. It means different things to different people. Let's define success as an ability to achieve at the highest levels. In the corporate world, this has come to mean promotion to the highest levels of a prestigious company. In the startup world, it means reaching unicorn status, a $1 billion valuation, which is an unbelievable level of wealth. When we measure success against these high bars, it is easy to feel disappointment. Consider the numbers. There are only so many CEOs of Fortune Global 500 companies. 500 exactly. Recent statistic notes that there are roughly 1,500 global unicorns led by ultra-successful founders. As a society, we place these individuals on pedestals. We're talking about just 2,000 people in total. It's no wonder we feel unworthy. The truth is, despite not being one of these 2,000, you bring something unique and valuable. You can be the CEO of your own lifestyle enterprise and run it to whatever level of success you deem right. If it's money you're after, those numbers can be good too. Become quickly profitable. Independent healthcare consulting is the flexible work that solved my time freedom formula. I'd like to share some numbers to inspire you. To get my business off the ground, I invested $2,000. I could have spent less, but hired help to speed up the process. An attorney drew up my business entity with the state of California, and a bookkeeper set up my books. I met several prospects and bought them coffee. I purchased professional liability insurance as required by my first client. Now here's what I didn't buy. I already had a personal laptop. I set up no website. I worked from my home office. And as a service business, I had no inventory. It gets better. Being self-employed is financially rewarding in 2 big ways. 1, I captured all the revenue. Previously, as an employed consultant, I collected roughly 50% of my billable rate. As an independent consultant, I earned 100%. Because my solo enterprise was so inexpensive to run, nearly all of the additional income flowed straight to the bottom line. Number 2, I took advantage of U.S. tax policy that incentivizes small business. As we know, business expenses are deductible. This makes a huge difference in how much money you take home. Taxes on employees, non-business owners, are steep. These 2 factors combined to increase my after-tax take-home pay from $120,000 a year to $240,000 a year. a 100% increase. I did this while working 9 months a year, 3 fewer months than I worked as an employee. Because I worked less, my effective hourly rate, because I worked less, my effectively hourly wage jumped from $60 to $160 per hour, a 167% increase. Doing this for 6 years, from 2017 to 2023, completely changed our family's financial trajectory. Are we ultra wealthy? Not at all. But doubling my pay while working less? The investment return from starting my own business was far greater than anything I could have earned in the stock market. Take full control. Beyond earning you good money, lifestyle businesses are fully in your control. Not only do you define when you work, for whom, and for how much, you also control the type of work environment you desire. You create the company culture. I worked as a consultant for 5 years at Point B, a business consulting firm started in Seattle, and the experience influenced me greatly because of the culture nurtured by its founders, Tim Jenkins, Darren Littlefield, and Jim Hodge. As a brand new employee in 2005, I attended the annual Point B Getaway Weekend for employees held at Silverado Resort in Napa Valley. Claire and I checked into our room, and our jaws dropped. We'd hit the jackpot. It was not a room, but a suite, something neither of us were used to. We were raised on Days Inn, Red Roof Inn, and an assortment of other motels. This was huge, modern, immaculate. There were fresh flowers. You could step out onto a golf course. Later in the weekend, I learned that Point B traditionally assigned rooms in reverse order. Now, when I asked what that meant, I was told the newest associates get the biggest and the best rooms, and the founders get the smallest. So cool. The act was completely in line with the company's culture of servant leadership, humility, and client first. Any one of our 500 associates could call Tim or Darren and reach them directly, often immediately. Both founders knew everyone because, as part of orientation, new employees had personal meetings with them. It didn't matter if you lived in Seattle, Portland, Denver, Phoenix, or San Francisco, Tim or Darren would come to you. Point B was my first experience with what would later be called the Lasso effect, named for Ted Lasso, the main character on the hit Apple TV show. Point B was run by the power of optimism, empathy, and kindness. The culture created an incredible business loved by employees and clients alike. As a business owner, I'm accountable for the good and the bad. Beyond the Ted Lasso-like culture I learned at Point B, I have chosen to create my business in line with my values of simplicity, flexibility, safety, and premium service. You might choose to lead with these values or something different. In any case, you get to establish your own rules and live and work by. That's something even the most successful employees, including top executives, rarely experience. Take Indra Nooyi, for example. Do you think that she had freedom and autonomy to manage life and work on her terms as the CEO of PepsiCo? No way. In her leadership memoir, Nooyi describes evenings spent helping her daughters with homework until bedtime, then heading to the family room to catch up on work. Her days were packed with meetings after meetings after meetings. My work at PepsiCo was essentially endless, she writes. I never went to bed at night thinking, what should I do tomorrow? I was always catching up, answering questions, moving forward. Managing both her massive job and her family was pure survival. I've learned a lot about how to start and run a business over the years, but nothing is as important as this one guiding principle. Start the right kind of business and never with a friend. Entrepreneurship is a wonderful thing, especially if you retain 100% ownership. Sure, it can work, but is it worth the risk? With a partner, you share control, business goals, decision-making, cultural values, ownership. Anything and everything is split. Differences can arise, misunderstandings may mount, and then relationships suffer. I lost a dear friend after a business partnership broke apart. Claire had urged me to think twice about going into business with one of my best friends, but I did it anyway. She was right, again. Please consider my experience a cautionary tale because no business is worth losing a friend over. I'm still hopeful that we can rebuild our friendship. Writing this book gave me the space to reflect, take responsibility for my part in the breakup, and say, I'm sorry. It's a first step. As a lifestyle entrepreneur, you maintain full autonomy over your business, your schedule, and your goals. You can still go big. While writing this chapter, I feared I might inadvertently communicate that a lifestyle business is only for someone who's stepping back professionally or uninterested in scaling their business. I worried that you might associate lifestyle businesses with low motivation. These fears stem from books and articles I've read about having achieved enough. Yes, a lifestyle business meets the need. If you strive for semi-retirement or completing 1 or 2 small projects a year, you can. But don't think for a moment that creating a large, thriving lifestyle business is out of reach. People are starting more and more high earning, ultra lean, one person businesses every day. And the data proves it. Statistics released by the US Census Bureau show that in 2022, there were 520,000 non-employer businesses with revenues exceeding $500,000. Think about that. 500,000 one-person businesses making $500,000 or more. And that stat was up 52% in 5 years, from 340,000 businesses in 2017. To those of you who want to accomplish big things professionally, you can be more successful in terms of status, knowledge, and money in your lifestyle business than you ever were in your corporate career. Now, this is a bold statement because many of you are successful corporate leaders, doctors, dentists, attorneys, and accountants. So how do you still go big without giving up your freedom? It's all about what you do with your extra time. You don't have to kick back and relax, though it's perfectly fine. Here's the not-so-secret truth. Even when you're away, you're still thinking about your work. We do. It comes with being an entrepreneur. When we take time away from the day-to-day business management, we can focus on the fun, interesting, and strategic moves that can make our big businesses bigger, better, and even less dependent on us. This kind of strategic move is a single action, not 20 actions, that only you can do to grow your business. Convention tells us that to get 10% better at our job, we should do everything we're currently doing 10% harder, 10% faster, or 10% longer. But that's just more grind. You must protect your time, and everything else aligns around that. So instead of doing more, ask yourself, what's the one strategic action I can take to become 1,000% better? I call this your catalyst, which is best explained with a story about a yard sale my family held years ago. On a Saturday morning in May 2018, Claire and I will hold our first and only yard sale as a couple. I hadn't yet figured out the no-budget budget, and so we had too much stuff. To make space in our front yard and driveway, I park our tan Toyota Corolla on the street in front of the neighbor's house. We set up and agree to keep our expectations low and our money goal for the day even lower. Claire and I are introverts. Our sales target, $500. Theo, our son, overhears our money goal. He wants part of the action and suggests that he pocket anything over $500. Keep in mind that while a yard sale is a little bit of hell for us, it's like heaven for our son. He's always been real chatty, a real people person. Ultimately, I tell Theo that I'll think about it. It's my attempt to redirect him. As the morning unfolds, the yard sale is already shaping up to be an incredible success. I'm particularly impressed with Theo. He has only just turned 7 and is finishing up his first year in elementary school. But with his help, we sell like crazy. Theo even sells a few large items to our neighbors, including his old bike and my old bike. By midday, we've nearly hit our goal. But in the hustle and bustle of the day, Claire and I lose sight of our deal-making first grader. We can't find him. I scan the crowd, heart racing. I see lots of people, but no Theo. Maybe he's inside. I drop everything to bound up the front steps to the house when I hear the familiar beep beep of our car's key fob. I look over my shoulder to where our car is parked, and Theo's there, chatting up a woman who stopped by the yard sale. What is he doing over there? It appears he's showing the woman our car. Now he's opening the doors and inviting her to take a seat. He must have overheard us talking about selling it eventually and has taken matters into his own hands. He turns on the hazard lights as proof they work. Theo gives his customer a full vehicle presentation. I listen in from afar. He knows our 2009 Corolla inside and out, mileage, condition. He even shares a little too much, specifically how Claire backed the car into a telephone pole a few months earlier. This is a point for me in our little scorekeeping game that Claire and I play. Before I know it, Theo brings his customer over to me as if I'm his manager at the car dealership. I suggest a price. She just drives the car. I race upstairs to my laptop to go look up the Kelley Blue Book value. She returns from the test drive. I increase the price based on what I learned. She agrees. The car is sold. Then, Theo, what the heck? I inquire. She said her daughter needed a car, so I showed her ours. It wasn't even hard, he says in the high-pitched words of a consummate salesperson. And then he asked me for his commission. I do pay up, but decide to hold on to it for him. What would the other parents think if I let my first grader walk around with a huge wad of cash in his pocket? All in all, it's a pretty successful Saturday morning. Claire and I sell $700 in used clothes and trinkets, while Theo sells a $7,000 used car. And a couple of bikes. Yeah, Claire and I do well, but Theo smashes it, outselling us by more than 10 times. This story is legendary in our family. It comes out a few times each year. On one occasion, I asked Theo more about it and learned that at the time, Theo thought if we got rid of the Corolla, we could maybe get a McLaren Senna, his favorite high-performance sports car. Only 500 of them have ever been produced, and if you manage to find one for sale, it will run you about $1.5 million. Remember, your catalyst is the single action only you can take to grow your business exponentially. We've already agreed that it starts with a single strategic move. To make it yours, consider what you love doing and where you hold an unfair advantage. But to be a true catalyst, it must also be exponentially valuable, an accelerant for explosive business growth. Let's compare Theo's experience at the yard sale with that of his parents. First, what do you love doing that sets you apart? Theo passes with flying colors. He loves people, he loves cars, and he feeds off the energy of a crowd. The yard sale experience lit him up, clear evidence of his spark. Put it all together, and you've got a natural-born 7-year-old sales rep. Now, Claire and me, not so much. We've always hated yard sales. This was our first and our last. Second, is what you're doing exponentially valuable? Theo was selling a car. We were selling our junk. On the surface, Theo wins again, but there's more to it than that. Catalysts usually fall into one of three categories. Theo's example is the exponentially valuable skill, his innate ability to sell. Other catalytic skills might include a superhuman ability to create true magnetic marketing content or to build communities of loyal customers into a cult-like following. The second is the exponentially valuable idea, the thing that you can become known for. For example, I'm building my professional identity around time freedom, aiming to become the recognized voice on the topic. Or consider this, who do you associate with vulnerability? Most people would say Brené Brown, thanks to her best-selling books on the subject. Or take Marie Kondo, whose simple question, does it spark joy, spurred a global movement and made her name synonymous with home organization. The third is an exponentially valuable relationship, one that gives you special access to the right people or platforms that can amplify your reach. You might choose to lead a mastermind group to surround yourself with brilliant, influential peers. Serve that group well, and the rewards will multiply. Theo found the perfect blend of what he loves, what he's great at, and what's valuable. That's why selling is his catalyst, while it is certainly not Claire's or mine. How about you? Here are 3 questions that you can ask to help identify your catalyst. 1, what do you love doing that others do not? You're more likely to persevere with this when others give up. Number 2, where do you have an unfair advantage? This could be a unique combination of skills, experience, insights, or specific access through relationships you've built. And number 3, how can you gain maximum authority and visibility? This is typically through media of any form. It works best if you have a unique perspective or can leverage special connections. When you think you've identified your catalyst, try it. If it isn't your catalyst, try something else. These are big ideas worth exploring. Here's one more example. In 1989, Vera Wang was a mid-career fashion magazine editor who had just planned her wedding. She struggled to find a gown to her liking and at 41 opened her first bridal boutique the following year at the Carlyle Hotel in New York City. It was her second major career pivot. Until age 18, Wang had pursued competitive figure skating. She placed fifth at the 1968 U.S. Figure Skating Championships, narrowly missing a spot on the Olympic team. After that, she headed to college and later landed at Vogue magazine, where she spent years immersed in the world of high fashion. Wang was a talented designer, no doubt. But once her boutique was established and her service impeccably sculpted, she made a strategic shift to go 1,000%. She tapped her industry connections, many forged at Vogue, to get her gowns worn by celebrities and into major editorial spreads. And then she made one defining move. Her years in competitive skating led to a key relationship with Olympic skater Nancy Kerrigan. Wang designed Kerrigan's costumes for the 1992 and 1994 Winter Games. With the world watching, her designs elevated Kerrigan and showcased Wang's brilliance on the global stage. Wang could have kept growing slowly, doing a little more of everything. Instead, she found her catalyst, the single move that drew on her exponential skill in fashion and a transformative relationship from her past. When her designs hit the Olympics, Vera Wang didn't just grow, she became a household name overnight. After Theo's big sale of the Corolla, we didn't get a McLaren Senna, not even close. We bought my dad's used 2012 Toyota Prius. Many years later, on a drive to school, we pulled up behind another Prius with a bumper sticker that read, "Cool Prius," said no one ever. I laughed. Theo didn't. You may have heard of a strategy to teach kids about money called the 3-jar method. When your child is gifted some birthday money, you teach them to split it up. 1/3 for saving, 1/3 for charity, and 1/3 for spending. Oh my gosh, did we fail at that. Somehow, Theo persuaded us that he should spend it all. "I'll make more, Dad," he boasted. Theo is a 1,000% kid. I'm sure he'll figure out how to get his McLaren high-performance sports car with twin turbocharged V8 engines someday. Your action. Estimate your flexible work. One last time, refer to the Build Your Time Freedom Formula worksheet in Appendix C at the end of this book. We're now able to complete your time freedom formula. Think about the lifestyle business you plan to start. Can it generate the flexible income you need? Your income from flexible work needs to equal the lifestyle expenses minus the investment income. If so, great. Your lifestyle expenses and investment income stay the same. If not, you'll have to adjust your lifestyle expenses or investment income or both to maintain balance. As a free timer, your time freedom formula must balance. Lifestyle expenses equals investment income plus flexible work. Once you've made your final adjustments and aligned all three parts, pause for a moment. You've just completed your personalized time freedom formula and found balance across 1 year of your life. Soon, we'll move beyond a single year and project your finances over a lifetime to build lasting confidence in time freedom. But first, in the next chapter, we'll map out exactly how and when you can begin your transition into the free timer lifestyle. And the call out box, time freedom for everyone. If you're starting out or starting again, a lifestyle business is often a longer term goal. But self-employment is not a requirement for time freedom. If you're traditionally employed, look to build more immediate flexibility into your current work situation. For example, figure out a way to get your Fridays off or work from home 1 day a week. If you can, carve out 4 to 8 hours a week for yourself. Use that time to upgrade your current role, explore employers who offer flexible schedules, or look for work that better prepares you for self-employment. All the while, keep building your cash savings. Over time, you'll set aside enough to be more selective with the jobs that you take. Starting a lifestyle business is your fastest path to free timer status. Crafting your perfect work, making decent money within your preferred schedule, it is financially and emotionally rewarding. If you do this well, you can become a free timer with no investments whatsoever. Plus, if you love your work, you'll perform it so well that you'll likely build investable savings anyway. When the income from work you love covers your expenses and provides everything you want and need, you've achieved free timer status. Key points from Chapter 10. Conventional thinkers believe that a successful entrepreneurial startup is high growth, scalable, and sold for millions. Consider instead that the best entrepreneurial business is highly profitable and fits your perfect lifestyle. Did you know that selling your lifestyle business should only be a last resort? Don't rid yourself of the most important enabler of time freedom. And one key takeaway: your catalyst is the single action only you can take to grow your business exponentially while still requiring less work on your part. And that wraps Chapter 10. Next time, we'll read Chapter 11, Becoming an Entrepreneur in 1 Year. Thank you very much, and have a